Good evening and welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Chavika Samarasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines. Contraction in the industrial sector deepens. Government expands relief measures. News in detail. Data compiled by the Department of Census and Statistics shows that the contraction in the industrial sector activities deepened in December 2022 from a month earlier. This is a reflection of the continued decline in overall economic activity in response to runaway prices and a flurry of tight policies brought in to quell price pressure and to fix the economy. Sri Lanka's index of industrial production recorded 80.2 index points in December 2022, down 25.3% from the same month in 2021. In November, the index of industrial production recorded an index value of 81.2 with a year-on-year contraction of 23.9%. Reflecting the continuous contraction, the index gave up 2.4% in December from a month earlier, faster than the 2.2% decline in November. The index of industrial production is a measure of the pure industrial production heft of the country, independent of other economic activities. In a bellwether to what could be expected in the overall economic growth in the fourth quarter, the index of industrial production for the quarter declined by 23.6% compared to the same period in 2021. The Sri Lankan economy contracted 11.8% in the September quarter, the most since the pandemic in 2020, and the fourth quarter could follow suit, albeit at a lesser scale. Only the production of beverages, tobacco products, and wood products recorded slight expansions from a year ago. Sri Lanka is seeing some softening in demand for its exports in recent months in response to the global economic slowdown. While the current sluggish activity levels are expected to persist through the first half of 2023, there is expectation for the economy to stage a recovery in the second half. The expectation is that this will be driven by improvement in the foreign exchange situation and monetary policy easing. Sri Lanka's housing market weaknesses could persist at least through the first half of the next year, according to Fitch Ratings. This comes after the once profitable sector was beset by economic crisis. The economic crisis caused a slump in demand amid heavy mortgage prices, cost overruns, and project delays coming from runaway prices and shortages in construction materials. Sri Lanka's housing market was lucrative in 2020 and 2021 as housing prices soared amid strong demand after the central bank cut rates to historically low levels. This made liquidity abundantly available and kept the housing mortgage rate at 7%. The rising global commodities prices and shortages in construction materials also added to the prices in the latter part of 2021 as the country was facing acute foreign currency shortages. However, the euphoria ended when the economy crashed in April 2022, sending inflation and interest rates through the roof while prolonged foreign currency shortages left developers in limbo. This was because developers could not bring down the required imported materials while construction costs rose to exponential levels. Fitch estimated the rise in construction costs at around 75% due to the rise in global commodities prices and rupee devaluation. The broader construction and real estate activity shrank most in the 3 months through September 2022. The appetite for apartments as an investment has also fallen sharply. Sri Lanka's condominium property volume index, compiled by the central bank, showed a 64% slump in new sales in the third quarter of 2022 over the same period in 2021. Mortgage rates rose sharply to 25% from less than 10%, shaving the affordability of housing. The Cabinet of Ministers recently approved a proposal submitted by President Ranil Wickremesinghe aimed at reducing difficulties faced by the people. The measure provides immediate relief in the face of the current economic situation. Accordingly, the Cabinet has also approved a measure to provide 10 kilograms of rice to 2 million low-income families each in March and April. This will provide immediate relief to families in need and help improve their overall well-being. It has also been decided that the gratuity errors owed to 18,000 government servants will be paid out in installments using liquid cash. This move is expected to provide much-needed relief to retired government employees awaiting their rightful benefits since April 2022. The Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment are also taking important steps to address malnutrition and improve the well-being of vulnerable groups in the country. As a part of this effort, measures have been taken to continue providing critical assistance to those in need. These measures include a monthly allowance for pregnant mothers, a monthly stipend for those facing food insecurity, the elderly and disabled, financial assistance to kidney patients, and for granting Samruddhi relief without hindrance. The measures aim to provide immediate relief to those in need and help alleviate difficulties faced by vulnerable groups. The government is committed to improving the standard of living for all its citizens, especially those who are most in need. The Cabinet has also made a crucial decision to prioritize the purchase of essential medicines and allocate the necessary funds to the Health Ministry. Stay tuned. We will return after this commercial break. Welcome back. The Treasury recently released a circular on the government's program for purchasing and distribution of paddy. The circular has been issued under the signature of the Treasury Secretary K.M. Mahinda Siriwardana on the direction of President Ranil Wickremesinghe as the Minister of Finance, Economic Stabilization and National Policy. The objective of the paddy purchase and disbursement program is to offer farmers a fair price for their paddy harvest in the 2022-2023 Maha season, procure any surplus paddy, and provide aid to low-income households affected by the ongoing economic challenges. District secretaries have been instructed to only purchase Nadu paddy from small and medium-scale paddy owners and cooperative societies through the 2022-2023 season paddy purchase program. Under the program, the cost of 1 kilogram of good quality paddy with a maximum moisture content of 14% and a maximum spoiled paddy content of 9% will be 100 rupees. 1 kilogram of paddy with a moisture content of 14% and a maximum spoiled paddy content of 22 or lower will cost 88 rupees. District and divisional secretaries are in charge of inventory management, storage, upkeep and documentation related to the paddy procurement process. The program will consider the milling capacity of small and medium scale rice mill owners and cooperative societies and allocate funds accordingly. Mill owners and cooperative societies will be given preference. Under the program, a maximum of 2,000 kilograms of paddy can be purchased from a single farmer with up to 1 acre of land, 4,000 kilograms for 1 to 2 acres, and 5,000 kilograms for over 2 acres. District secretaries are required to inform the Development Finance Department of the General Treasury to obtain the necessary funds for the government's paddy purchase program. This program will be executed via small and medium-scale paddy owners and cooperative societies. Upon receiving notification, the Development Finance Department will direct district secretaries to the National Budget Department to assign Treasury funds and to the Treasury Operations Department to release the funds. The National Budget Department will allocate budget funds directly to the respective district secretaries and the Treasury Operations Department will release liquid cash to them for the purchase of paddy. Funds for the paddy purchase program will be released by the Treasury periodically as required. All district secretaries should ensure that paddy is purchased only from farmers in their district and that the Bank of Ceylon issues a payment certificate in the name of the concerned farmer. When submitted to the appropriate People's Bank or Regional Development Bank branch, the required amount is immediately credited to the farmer's bank account. To provide relief to identified low-income families, 10 kilograms of paddy per month per family will be distributed for a 2-month period, and instructions regarding this will be issued by the Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment. The district secretaries have been instructed on the necessary steps to ensure the success of the paddy purchase program. Civil Security Department officers will be deployed to ensure the security of paddy stocks in the warehouses. Instructions have also been issued on the appointment of a staff officer in each district to oversee the implementation of the program. Operational costs of the paddy purchase program will be subject to financial regulations, circulars, and other necessary government approvals. President Ranil Wickremesinghe instructed officials to ensure that no one in need is looked over in providing rice to low-income families. In addition, the President directed officers to purchase adequate rice to feed 2.85 million families subject to a maximum of 20 billion rupees. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks recently while attending a discussion related to the purchase of paddy at the Ministry of Defence. The President further instructed that the paddy be purchased, milled and the rice be distributed among low-income earners through a transparent mechanism. Previously, it was decided to allocate 10,000 million rupees to purchase 61,600 metric tons of paddy under the program of providing 2 million low-income families with 10 kgs of rice each month over a 2-month period free of charge. However, it was revealed during this discussion that 2.85 million families have been identified as being in need of assistance. Accordingly, President Ranil Wickremesinghe directed the officials to implement the program for all those people. President Ranil Wickremesinghe further stated that the government will maintain a guaranteed price for rice. District and divisional secretaries have been delegated the task of purchasing paddy stocks. The government will not sell rice, and a full-time team will be deployed to take this program forward. And a formal mechanism for distributing rice to eligible people in all 25 districts will be developed. The government is taking measures to prevent large-scale paddy mill owners from exerting unnecessary influence in purchasing paddy. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The all-share price index dropped 10.34 points to close at 8,628.58, and the S&P SL20 dropped 4.24 points to close at 2,644.74. The turnover was 1.8 billion rupees, and over 82 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.